If you feel like you're always tired, even though you're young, healthy and hopefully fit, you're definitely not alone. I've been there, and in this video I'll show you what actually helps. No vague, just sleep better tips, but clear habits you can implement in 7 days for more energy, better mood and deeper sleep. We'll go through the key causes of tiredness, explain what's really going on in your body, and you'll get concrete action steps at the end. But first, one important note. Sleep issues can also stem from serious causes like depression, anxiety, or malnutrition. If you suspect any of these, please seek professional help. This video doesn't replace medical advice. It simply shows you the basics of good sleep hygiene. And the basics do in fact matter. Hidden causes of fatigue that no routine can fix. Sometimes it's not just your habits, it's your life. I was doing everything right and still felt tired until I realized my job kind of drained me. The people around me weren't energizing and I felt no sense of meaning in my work. That's when I made a huge decision. I quit my job as an engineer, and to be honest, I'm still recovering from that kind of burnout. But I learned one important thing. Psychological exhaustion feels physical, so if nothing else works, look inward. And if this resonates with you, I made separate videos about burnout, purpose and energy. I link them at the end and in the video description down below. But this video is about the basics that bring you the most return for your effort. The illusion of healthy but tired. I used to think I was doing everything okay. I was working out 4 to 5 times per week, eating decently and getting what I thought was enough sleep. But still I felt constantly drained. So I thought something had to be off, like maybe some sort of deficiency, maybe gluten or something. But what really changed everything was mastering the boring basics. And I know that doesn't sound exciting, but when you actually get your routine, light exposure, caffeine and movement dialed in, the results are quite insane actually. So let's walk through this chronologically, from the moment you wake up until your head hits the pillow. Morning. Set your internal clock. The first thing you do after waking up determines how tired you'll feel later in the day. Step 1. Get sunlight. As soon as you wake up, go outside, even if it's cloudy. This tells your brain it's daytime, and this has an effect on the melatonin production, which is essential for your sleep at night. Step 2. Delay caffeine. Wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking up to drink your first coffee. That gives your body time to naturally clear leftover adenosine and prevents the afternoon crash. Because if the leftover adenosine from the night can't dock because caffeine took its place, once the caffeine leaves, the leftover adenosine can dock and this can cause your afternoon crash. Step 3. Move your body. Even a short walk boosts your cortisol and reduces grogginess. I personally love my cold shower in the morning for the same reason. You just feel alert and alive after that. And also, psychologically speaking, you just ate that frog. Midday. Protect your energy. This is where most of us accidentally sabotage our sleep. Caffeine cutoff. The half-life of caffeine is 5 to 6 hours. And that means that after 6 hours, half of the initial caffeine is still in your body. And after another 6 hours, 25% is still in your body. So if you drink coffee, let's say at 3 p.m, it's definitely messing with your sleep at midnight. Even if you can't fall asleep, the quality of your sleep is reduced. And to feel well rested, it's not just about the amount of hours you sleep, but also about the quality. So my rule is no caffeine after 12 p.m. And personally, I found that one hard because I really love my coffee. But the pleasure that coffee brings me is nothing compared to the negative effects I have to endure when I don't sleep well. So to be honest, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Sitting all day means low energy. I used to think evening gym sessions were enough, but spending 8 to 10 hours seated just drained me. And now I aim for 10,000 steps a day and use my standing desk roughly 1 to 2 hours daily. I had a standing desk since quite a long time now, but I kind of stopped using it after a while. But this really makes a difference, because it's not just about exercise, it's about moving your body in a higher frequency. After a walk or even a short mobility session, I almost always feel more energized than before. Because, you know, movement creates momentum, and it's like waiting for motivation. It just doesn't make sense. It is passive. You have to be proactive. Maybe you experienced it. Motivation almost always comes when you start something and notice your progress. Same goes for movement and energy. Evening. Create a wind-down routine that works. Sleep is like landing a plane. You need a decent phase. If you slam into bed after working, scrolling, or even worse, arguing, you make it harder to fall and stay asleep. And when you sleep, you kind of marinate in your subconscious mind. So make it an effort to fall asleep in a positive mood. The following habits will help you to achieve a higher quality in your sleep. And that's really important, because even 8 hours of bad quality sleep is, of course, still bad sleep. 1 to 2 hours before bed, start dimming the lights. Because warm and low lighting signals your body it's time to slow down. Ceiling lights off and the beautiful lights on. Last 60 minutes. 0 screens. I know it's hard, but this is a big game changer. Blue light delays melatonin. And if you must use screens, use apps like Flux and turn on night shift. The last 45 to 30 minutes are for calming rituals. I journal, sometimes meditate and always read. A book, same lamp, same vibe. You're training your brain that this means sleep is coming. Your room setup is important. You need a cool, dark and quiet room. If you can't fall asleep after roughly, let's say 25 minutes or so, get out of bed and read until you're sleepy again. Don't let your brain associate the bed with frustration. I made that mistake years ago without knowing it, and undo that one is really hard work. And lastly, I feel like it's really important to say, find your own style, because not everything works for everyone. Some people swear by meditation, others find peace in stretching, journaling or even drawing. There's no perfect routine, just one that fits you. So use this guide not as something you have to follow religiously to have good sleep, but rather as a compass to find what works for you. And I personally think the only wrong approach is skipping wind down entirely. So here's the 7-day reset plan that helped me. Number 1, set a consistent bedtime and wake time, even on weekends. Number 2, get sunlight within 30 minutes of waking and use cold showers to boost your energy. Number 3, no caffeine after 12 p.m. Number 4, 10,000 steps per day. Number 5, use warm lights after 8 p.m. and no screens in the last hour. Number 6, create a 30 to 60 minute wind down routine, shower, journal, read, meditate, stretch and so on. Number 7, and finally, sleep in a cool and dark room. The cost of not caring. All of this takes effort. Building good sleep habits, routine, structure. In general, becoming the best version of yourself. It's just work, and that's why so many people don't do it. Because it's easier to stay up late, to Netflix and chill, to scroll until you literally pass out. But not optimizing your sleep has massive opportunity costs. Because when you're tired, you make worse decisions. You eat worse, you skip workouts, you're irritable, you think smaller, you dream less, and over time, chronic tiredness robs you of your potential. That's why I see sleep as an investment. It pays dividends in energy, clarity, creativity, discipline, and emotional stability. It has literally the highest return on investment of anything I do. Honestly, I can't afford not to sleep well, and neither can you. In a sense, you owe it to yourself. And in about roughly 7 days, if not earlier, you will feel the difference. If any of this was helpful, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to go deeper on mindset, dopamine detox, and purpose, you can watch these videos here. So thanks for watching, and as always, have a great one and sleep well. Ciao.